Hello scrapbookers, I'm Megan and I am back today with a fun new tag video. So for this video, I am joining the other ladies, or a few ladies from the Crafty Maven Getaway YouTube channel, and we are going to be doing some questions together. So we thought, well, Hannah thought it would be fun to do this tag to just kind of celebrate our anniversary. We started the channel, well, she started the channel, I keep saying we. She started the channel, let's see, July 5th of 2015. So 2 years ago she started the channel. Can you believe it's been that long? I can't believe it's been that long. And it has been so fun participating with all of the amazing design team ladies. A lot of them, I think about half of us that started the channel aren't still here, but some of us are still here and it's still fun. I have been here for the last 2 years and it has just been fun. Okay, so let's just jump right in here. I have to go pick my kids up from science camp soon and I gotta run to Walmart as well. Max is in here with me, which is my dog. So if you hear noises, that's probably what it is and I apologize. And I'm sorry about the lighting too. Not the best lighting. Okay, so let's start off. Our first question. Where did you grow up? Where do you live now? And how has that influenced your scrappy style? So I kind of moved around as a kid. I was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Then I don't know when we moved. I think it was soon after I was born we moved. Then we lived in Pacific Grove, Monterey, California, like the Pacific Grove, Monterey area, or Marina, I think is where we lived in California. And then after that, we moved to Sacramento, California. And I grew up in Sacramento most of my childhood years. I think we moved away when I was about 10, I want to say. I might have been 11. I'm trying to think and I can't remember. I might have been 11. So we'll say 6 to 7 years in Sacramento. So I usually, when people ask me where I grew up, usually I say Sacramento because that's where I spent most of my childhood. But I've also lived in Tucson, Arizona, let's see, Newport, Rhode Island, Las Vegas, and then now we live in Idaho. And we've lived in Idaho for about 13 years straight. And we did do a stint in Sacramento after we were married, but for the most 13 and a half years of our marriage, we've been married, we've been married for 14 and a half years now. So for about 14 years, we've been in Idaho, which is kind of crazy to think. I never ever in my wildest dreams thought I would end up in Idaho. Sorry, I keep like playing with my hair, so I apologize about that. I just feel like it looks really funny today, so I hope you guys don't make fun of me for my hair. Just kidding. So now I live in Idaho, and how has that influenced your scrappy style? Well, I do a lot more like wintertime pages. We have really crazy winters here, and this past winter was just crazy. It was like, oh my gosh, it was a crazy winter. So I do a lot more wintry snow-based pages in the winter, and so I guess that's how you could say that has changed, because I usually have lived in really warm places. I think the only cold places that I have lived is Newport, Rhode Island was pretty cold. I don't think we actually spent, I don't remember if we spent some time there in the summer or not. I think during the summer it was warm, but then during the winter, I mean, it's kind of chilly because we lived right on the beach. Like seriously, you could walk 5 minutes away, probably not even 5 minutes, and get to the beach. It was kind of a yucky beach. It was one of those rocky beaches, but it was kind of nice being close to the water. Then let's see, Monterey and Pacific Grove and the Marina area is pretty cold, like probably 50s and 60s during the winter. So this is the coldest place I have ever lived, ever. So we'll say that's how that's influenced my scrappy style. Okay, do you have any scrappy friends near me? Or near you? No, I do not. I know people that are crafty, but I don't know anybody that's a scrapbooker. that is nearby. And it's so sad. Like, I have so many friends online that are scrapbookers and nobody lives near me. I think the closest person that lives near me is anybody that lives in Utah, probably. I don't know if I know anybody long distance that is in Boise. And Boise's about 5 hours from me. Maybe Twin Falls. I think there's somebody that's from Twin Falls that I'm friends with, but I don't remember who. I mean, obviously I'm not super good friends with them. So if you are in Idaho or, you know, pretty close to Idaho, message me and maybe we could get together sometime and do like a scrapbooking fun time. Okay, what was your first scrapbooking page or project? Let's see, I started scrapbooking when I was about 14 or 15. I did it for a youth group assignment or project or whatever, and if you can hold on a minute, I will go and get my first page and you guys will be super scared. Okay, so I have my first page here and it's like, seriously, really prepare yourselves. So I think the project we were supposed to do for our youth group was to make a collage of ourselves. So this is actually not really my first scrapbook page, but this is the first thing that got me into scrapbooking. So I wanted to show you guys this. Okay, da-da-da. So this is my first page ever. And I had those decorative scissors and stickers, and I journaled right where the photos were and I cut them out. Like, this seriously scares me, but I'm not gonna throw this away. Like, I wouldn't even take the photos off and then throw it away, because this is who I was at the age of 14 or 15. I wish I could remember how old I was when I did this, but this was me, and this is how I scrapbooked back then. The whole decorative scissors, cutting around the photos, cutting out people, and this is me when I think this was me when I was 4 or 5. Wasn't I cute? I was super cute. And then this is me looking crazy. Yeah, so this is my very first page, and then, cringe, I glued photos right on the back of it. I didn't even get a new piece of paper. It's the exact same. The exact same piece of paper. So here's some more photos of me that I just glued onto this piece of bright green paper. Super crazy, right? Yeah, and I even like cut off the corners, and I thought I was being so cool, like, oh, just so scary, right? Okay, I'm going to show you another page that I did probably around the same time. Maybe, I'm not really sure, because I did a lot of this, some of this album when I was a teenager, and then the rest of it I did after I was married, when I was in my, I was still a teenager when I was married, but, so this is probably soon after one of, that crazy collage page. I did a lot of journaling. I cut my photos into circles a lot, or ovals, stickers. I didn't have thickers back then, so you can see my title. I just wrote out my title. And then here's another page, and I did actually use 2 separate pieces of paper then. So I didn't do that again. I learned my lesson that is a no-no in scrapbooking. Okay, sorry, my computer is, no, I don't want, it's asking me to do something. I don't want to do this. Of course it asks me to do this right now, huh? Okay, sorry. So then this one has a lot of journaling on it. My photos are oval and circle, and then some doodling along the borders. Super scary, right? So I actually have shared all of my early albums on my YouTube channel, so you can check out where I have a playlist, which I will link to the playlist below, called album shares, so you can go and look at that. Okay, let's move on, because I gotta go get my kids. Okay, what was your first scrapbooking project? How has your style changed since you started scrapbooking? What has stayed the same? So my style has changed in that I used to do 8 by 10 or 8.5 by 11 pages, and I soon moved on to 12 by 12. After I got married, my mother-in-law was huge into creative memories, and so she bought me a bunch of albums. Well, okay, not a bunch, like 2 maybe. And so I moved to 12 by 12 because those albums, they were actually a little bit smaller than 12 by 12, but I would scrapbook on a 12 by 12 surface and then cut it to fit the creative memories page. So I think I have 3 or 4 creative memory albums in 12 by 12. They also sold like the 6 by 6 size too, or maybe it's 8 by 8, I can't remember. So I have a couple of those as well. And so that kind of turned me on, using creative memories kind of turned me on to scrapbooking in a bigger size. And ever since then, I haven't looked back. I have scrapbooked 12 by 12 for the last 14 years. That's a long time. Okay, so what has stayed the same? I use photos on my page, and I do journaling. That's really about all. Like, my style from when I started, since I was so young. Whoops, sorry about that. Since I was so young, and I also started out as a creative memory kind of person. Creative memory scrapbooking is really different than how I scrapbook now. So I wouldn't really say anything is the same except for using photos and journaling. Okay, question number 5, and it's been 5 minutes. Holy cow, we got to get through these. Okay. Who or what has been the biggest influence in your scrappy journey? This can be people, places, etc. I would say the biggest people in my journey, because it would have to be people, because they're the ones that got me into it. So like my youth group leaders got me into it. My mom, you know, she's the one that bought me cardstock and stuff like that, and stickers and pens and things, and let me print out pictures. And then recently, I would say, you know, my mother-in-law, who got me started again because I stopped after I graduated high school, because I went to college. I didn't really have any money. I didn't have any space. So I didn't do it really while I was in college. And so my mother-in-law, after we got married, kind of got me doing it again. And then I started doing digital scrapbooking. Mark, my husband, kind of, you know, was like, oh, this is kind of cool, and maybe it would be easier for you to do digital scrapbooking. He would see like magazines on it, and he would buy them for me. And so I kind of got into doing that. I don't honestly remember what sparked me wanting to do digital scrapbooking, because it was a big process. Like, I already knew Photoshop, but I mean, it was easy to learn how to do shadows and, you know, things like that on a scrapbook page. Because I kind of feel like as a photographer, the tools you use as a photographer are different than as a scrapbooker. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, so I would say there's a lot of people that have influenced this journey. So I did digital scrapbooking for like 4 years, and then I think 2012, I went to visit my family in San Diego, and my cousin was starting into scrapbooking and paper scrapbooking, and she had a Cricut, and that was the coolest thing. So her and I scrapbooked. I brought a ton of photos with me, and I scrapbooked a ton of photos, and that totally got me back into paper scrapbooking. After going to her place, I was like, oh my gosh. And then I found YouTube. So YouTube was another thing that has totally influenced me. Sorry, I have a reminder that keeps popping up. So yeah, I would say, you know, those people in my life have influenced me, and then also YouTube and people on YouTube. Okay, are you a story-driven scrapper or an art creative-driven scrapper, or a bit of both? Sorry, that was kind of a mouthful. I think I'm a little bit of both. A lot of my pages don't always have a story. They're just cute photos. especially photos from, you know, back in 2008, 2007. I made a layout for every single photo I printed off, and every photo was just cute. There wasn't really a huge story to go with it. So I would say I have become more of a story-driven scrapbooker in the last probably 6 months to a year. And I think following people like Tracy Claiborne, her name is really the only one that's coming to my mind right now, really, who are story-driven scrapbookers, have been a huge influence. Okay, and then there are times where I just want to play and have fun and do a lot of mixed media and art and all that stuff. But I am becoming more of a story-driven scrapbooker. Okay, TV, music, no noise when creative. So it kind of depends. Usually, most often, I will watch YouTube videos, scrapbooking YouTube videos. Sometimes I watch TV, but very, very, very rarely, because I like to get in and just get my layout done. I like it to be done in an hour, and I'm done, put it away, put it in my album, you know, take photos, whatever. But I like to get in, get it done, and get it in the album, or in my pile that needs to go in albums. So, and TV shows make me stop and watch. I have to be too invested. But with YouTube videos, scrappy YouTube videos, I can hear them talk, and I can kind of see them out of the corner of my eye, and I don't need to sit and just watch. I don't know, maybe that sounds weird, but that's kind of like, it's my virtual scrapbooking buddy is kind of how I think of it. Okay, clean or messy scrapper? I am very messy. I don't know if that means, are your layouts messy or is your space messy? I'm going to take it as, is your space messy? My space is very messy. I am going to kind of rotate you around. So that is my area, my machine area over there. And this is my desk area right here. You can see my laptop, ooh, right there. And yeah, I am very, very messy. I moved my camera and now I'm not going to be able to get it back. Okay, we got to hurry this up because I got to go get my kids. And you can see all of my art supplies right here. They're just kind of jumbled in there together. I'm a very messy scrapbooker. You can't even see what's right below my camera right here. It's messy. Okay, what is the first thing you do when you start a layout or project? I always pick out my photos first. If it's for like an assignment, I might have a photo in mind, or if I'm just scrapbooking for fun, you know, it just, whatever, I scrapbook whatever I'm in the mood for, but I always pick out the photos first. Very rarely do I pick out products and then the photos. The only time that I pick out products and then the photos is when I put together a kit, and I do that every so often. Okay, let's see, what colors are you most drawn to when creating? Definitely blues, teals, yellows. I do a little bit of pink. Yeah, blues, teals, and yellows, I think, is pretty much, and black, you know, neutral colors, white. Yeah, I love a white background. Love, love, love a white background. Okay, let's see, gotta scroll down. What is your favorite part of scrapbooking? All of it. I love the release it gives me, that I can be creative and actually enjoy the process of being creative. That there are so many products out there today that I can pick from. And also, I absolutely love the crafty community, the scrapbooking community on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. I love the people that I have met in this hobby. Oh wait, I just read that one. What is your favorite paper line? Okay, Max, what are you doing? He's under my desk, like licking the floor. I don't know what he's doing. Okay. Let's see. What is your favorite paper line? New or old or both? What is your favorite element of it? And what is your least favorite part? I don't know if I read that. What is your favorite element of it? What is your least favorite part? Okay, so I think this question actually has 3 questions. So we will answer the first one. What is your favorite paper line? That's a hard one. I have a lot of favorites. So we'll go back. We'll do old. I love Craft Market from Crepe Paper. That was one of my first really absolute favorite lines, because I think that one came out in 2000, was it 15? Maybe. I don't remember. Anyway, so that was one of my really favorite, one of my first. Then also Amy Tangerine +1. One of my newer favorites is, that's a hard one. Sorry, now my husband's texting me, so I'm like reading the text as it's coming down. That's a hard one. I love anything Paige Evans. Her lines are amazing. Yeah, that's a hard one to pick. I would say probably Chasing Dreams or Gather is my new favorite. Okay. What is your favorite element from that paper line? Or from that collection? I love, from the Maggie Holmes lines, I love the fringe butterflies and fringe hearts. Those are just gorgeous. From Amy Tangerine's line, I don't think I ever, I think I got the flare badges, but I don't think I really ever got anything else. From Craft Market, I got everything. Oh my goodness, I was obsessed with that collection. I still actually have it. I think it's right here. I think it's this purple one, and it's filled with Craft Market stuff. I would say probably the dimensional embellishments were my favorite from those. What was my least favorite part of the lines? I don't know. I mean, I really liked those lines. The only thing I could think of is just the random embellishments for Maggie Holmes's line, but I don't even think she really had, the big embellishments. I don't really like how big the embellishments are. They're like half the size of my face. Okay, not really half the size of my face, but you know what I mean. They're huge. Okay. What is one supply you used to use and miss or are glad to get rid of it? I don't know, looking through my pages, one, the scrappy sticker, or not the stickers, the scissors, the what are those called? The decorated deco scissors. Yeah, those haven't been in my stash for 20 years. Well, okay, I've only been scrapbooking for 20 years, so probably 15 years those haven't been in my stash, and I'm very glad of that. Those were not a fun trend. Okay. When did you start watching YouTube? That would be December. I think it was November or December of 2013. And that's what kind of really started getting me being gung-ho about scrapbooking again, because I had kind of stopped between 2012 and 2013. I scrapbooked a little bit, maybe once every couple of weeks or something like that. But I had really gotten into sewing at that time, and I was trying to do a sewing craft blog. So I was kind of more geared towards crafts. But when I found YouTube, and I don't remember how I found YouTube, but the first person I found on YouTube was Katie Scott, and I absolutely loved her. Katie Scott and Nicole Jones were the 2 people that I watched all the time. So I started watching YouTube in November or December of 2013. How long did it take you to start making videos from when you started watching? So that Christmas, my husband bought me a webcam for Christmas 2013. So I started in January of 2014. So not very long, just a few months. Okay, what is one supply you used to use? Oh wait, we already did that one. Sorry, totally getting off here. Okay, this video is 20 minutes already, and I gotta go pick up my boys. So one last question. How did you find out about the Crafty Maven Getaway? Who is your fave CM, Crafty Maven, and why did you want to be a part of CMG? So I found out about the Crafty Maven Getaway because Hannah was one of my really good friends at the time. Her and I had been on the SNL with, oh my gosh. Yeah, we were on the SNL challenge starting in February of 2015. And so I watched her videos all the time. And, you know, she said that she wanted to do something like that, was wondering if people were interested. And I was like, yeah. So I told her I was interested. So obviously my favorite Crafty Maven is Hannah. Sorry, everybody else. I mean, I love all of them, everybody. But Hannah is definitely my favorite. And why did I want to be a part of the CMG? I think it is just such an awesome idea just to have people working together on a YouTube channel and bringing tons of different kinds of inspiration and YouTube type videos and projects and things to this community. And I just really thought that that was such a fun idea. So yeah, I just wanted to be part of the fun. And I have been for 2 years. Can you believe that? I just honestly cannot believe that it has been 2 years. That's just so crazy to me. Anyway, so that was the last question. I hope that you enjoyed this tag video. I will leave a link below to all of the other ladies participating, or I think we might actually just have a playlist on the Crafty Maven YouTube channel so that you can see all of the other ladies participating. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye!